Hey guys, what's going on? Meatwagon back again with some Moon gameplay. This right here, this first part. If you saw my last video, you saw how we were hacking the Pack-a-Punch machine and closing the gates, and so we could all upgrade weapons. This was just the time before, or one of the times, that we did. We didn't actually do a whole lot of guns this time. I think there may have been only 5 or something like that, but we did get up to 7 was the most guns Pack-a-Punched at one time. We probably could have done 8 if I would have done 2 guns, but it would have been close, because in that, if you caught my last video and you watched real close, the last Pack-a-Punch was actually in the machine when the gates opened, so the Gersh and the ray guns really saved that person. But this was just another example of what it looked like. You can see, look at Hyper's still at the machine when the gates open, so you definitely recommend having those Gershes out. But what I'm going to show, I'm just going to, once we get back to Moon, we're going to cut over to some gameplay. I think, let's see what round it's going to be. We're going to show some strategy here. Round 24. Okay, so 4-player strategy for you guys. I used to always do solo strategies a long time ago. I haven't really done much of that. There's so many people doing solo stuff now. And I want to show you guys some 4-player strategies, all right? So the same idea that we did on Ascension and the same idea of what we did on Shangri-La is to split up a little bit. On this particular one, what we found is if we throw a guy, either 1 or 2 people in the dome, and the other 2 would stay out here. Right on this particular one, we have 1 person in the dome and 3 people outside here by the the radio crane. You can actually get back and forth to revive someone if you need to, but it's fairly easy in this area here. And inside the dome, it's just ridiculous. It's so open in there as far as paths to run in circles, and with what I like to do is make sure that the excavator comes in and cracks the dome, and so there's no atmosphere in there, because it kind of slows the zombies down. Plus, instead of having to run by them or run in between them, you're running and you jump and you basically sail right by them. It makes it really, really easy. Plus, you have the launch pads in there. So, if you're ever in trouble, find yourself on the run or something, make your way to the dome. There's a lot of opportunity in there to escape or to run around in circles to further your round. But as far as a 4-player strategy, this one here, I'm showing you this video. And before this round, I don't know if we get into the next round, but then I cut this one off because of the time. I'll put up another video where, as usual, we get pretty tired. Played a lot of our spiders. Played a lot. We played a fair amount that first day, so I think the guys were getting a little bit tired. And everybody goes down, and I run around for a little bit by myself, just playing around and having some fun, and then finally end it. And that'll be in the next video. I think you guys will enjoy that. It'll show you what you can do running around basically solo, but with the 4-player amount of zombies. And I show you the different things that you can do. I run around inside the dome. I run around outside. I go back to Earth and come back. When you come back in, you're in spawn, so I make my way all the way back over here. There's a lot of things you could do as far as like having to clutch around if a bunch of people go down. Look at this right here. Actually, that astronaut was glitching. He was like sliding backward as if there was a Gersh device out. And he actually stays glitched like that. He ends up sliding backward towards us all. But I thought I could get by him. He caught me, headbutted me. He teleported me back towards the spawn area. But as you can see, I make my way all the way across the whole map without even seeing one zombie. So at this point, with the way we have the guys split up, even if something like that happens, or if you fall down and you end up in a different area or something, you could just make your way back to your area. This map is actually pretty easy. I don't think it's hard at all. Now, I haven't played it on solo. I know some people Spiders played on solo, and he said it's pretty easy. So I'm not thinking it's a hard map. It's a fun map, and it's definitely a detailed map. And you know, like I said, the visuals and all that stuff. It's really cool. All the cool ideas they did. It's just not a really hard map. I think partly like the atmosphere helps you out. You know, because the zombies aren't in full sprint mode coming at you. They've got to deal with the weightlessness just like you do. So I think that's to your advantage. That's why I like cracking. Look at, he's still sliding backward. Like I said, he's glitched. But that's why I like cracking the dome, because in here then you can float around, and when you hit those pads you absolutely sail across. It's a lot of fun to kind of fly around, and you get a good idea of where the big train of zombies are as you're flying through the air. So but getting back to, yeah, the map isn't that hard for as far as multiplayers go. I think with this particular strategy right here, we were goofing off. You know, obviously we went ahead and ran the Easter egg, and I don't know exactly what round we completed it. It was pretty early, you know, round maybe completed by round 15 or 16. And you only have to do it once. Unlike Shangri-La, you had to do it 4 times. You do it one time, all 4 players get the 8 permanent perks. So even if you do get downed, it's really not that big of a deal. Someone, you know, is inevitably going to have Gersh devices. They throw it out. They got quick revive. You're back up. You still have all your perks. I think that I do like the idea of having the 8 perks, but I think that's probably what makes it easy. You know, I'm saying that this map is easy because obviously we've got 8 perks. Now, if you didn't do the Easter egg and you're running with 4 perks, it may not be as easy, and you would, you know, obviously lose your perks as you go down. So it kind of is like saying the strategy for 4 players is go ahead and do the Easter egg, right? If you want to go for a high round on this map on Moon, go do the Easter egg, get the 8 permanent perks. It doesn't take that long. It only takes, once the once the certain events start happening, it only takes a couple of rounds really to do it. And why it's a couple of rounds, because you have to fill up those cylinders down by when the pyramid goes away and Samantha's sitting there floating in the air. You got to fill those cylinders up, and you know, after a couple rounds, it's done deal. You go do all the rest of the stuff. You know, all the steps are over on NGT Zombies if you guys don't know what the steps are. And then you got 8 permanent perks. Then everyone's like, all right, you've got mule kicks, so you're going to have 3 guns. You can hack. We hacked the 74U out here on the wall. So I've got upgraded ammo for 500 points. I mean, talk about overpowered. 8 permanent perks and 500 point upgraded ammo off the wall. That's beast. Anyway, guys, stay tuned for that next video. It's a little, kind of like a clutch, but not really. Anyway, see you next time.